So yes, good morning students. So I hope you all are well at your place. So now let's start with today's session. Yes. So now here is some question in front of you. So now you give me the answer. Threshing is done by beating, bulldozers and machines. All of these. So yes, answer is all of these. Yes. With the help of this we do the threshing process. Yes. So now here is the second question in front of you. So the winnowing is a method to separate heavier particle, lighter particle and both of these. So what are the answer? Yes, now you tell me what is the answer of this question. Yes. So both of these. Yes. So we are started in previous class new chapter that is separation of substances. So in that chapter we have see that how the threshing process is done, how the winnowing is done. Yes, this process we see. So now come to the today's session. Now tell me what you see in this picture. Yes, what you see, what is what, observed from this picture. Yes, so there is some substances which is float on this water. Yes. So now see here our second our topic. So sedimentation. Yes. So what is sedimentation? Do you have any idea that what is sedimentation? What happened in this process? Actually, yes. So yes, students. So the sedimentation is the tendency for particles in suspension to settle out of the fluid in which they are entrained and come to rest against a barrier. Yes, so this is due to why? So this is due to their motion through the fluid in responses to the forces action on them. Okay, so these forces can be due to gravity, also due to centrifugal acceleration or electromagnetism also. Yes, so now in geology, sedimentation is often used as the opposite of erosion. So example, there is the terminal end of the sediment transport. In that sense, it includes the termination of transport by siltation or true bed load transport. Okay, so the settle is the falling of suspended particles through the liquid, whereas the sedimentation is the termination of the settling process. So these are the process how the sedimentation process is done, how the sedimentation is occur. So these are the process, these are the terms which is in the sedimentation. Okay, so so now here see in this picture, so the sedimentation, water contain insoluble impurities, clean water. So the in this see there is a water and this one is what? This one is the insoluble impurities. Okay. So now clear that what are the sedimentation, how this process is done. So okay students, so now, how does cloud form? Yes. Any idea that how does cloud form? Any thing? Yes. So now see here, evaporation. Okay. So evaporation is a type of vaporization of a liquid that occurs from the surface of a liquid into a gaseous phase that is not saturated with the evaporating substances. Yes. So the other types of vaporization is boiling, which is characterized by what? Which is characterized by bubbling of saturated vapor forming in the liquid phase. So this process is generally you see in your house also, like you boil the water. Now you see that there is some vapor which is come from the water when you boil the water. Yes. So the other type of vaporization is boiling, which is the characterized by the bubbling of saturated vapor. Okay, which is vapor. So the forming in the liquid phase, like a steam produced in a boiling, is another example of evaporation. I already told you this example, like steam is produced when you boil the water. Yes. So this is also example of evaporation. So the occurring in a saturated vapor phase. So the evaporation that occurs directly from the solid phase below the melting point. So as commonly observed with ice at or below freezing or moth crystal. So the naphthalene or the paradichlorobenzene is called sublimation. Okay. So now here is up to here you all are clear that what are the evaporation, that what are the sedimentation, how this process is done. So now see, yes, see in this process evaporation. Yes, what happened when the sun hits the water, when the sun hits the river, the vapor is come out, and this vapor is from what? Clouds. Yes, this forms cloud, and when this cloud is heavier, then the rain is come. So now tell me, how does this happen? How does this happen? Like this is happen, then how does it happen? Yes. So now see here. So the last process is what? Condensation. Yes. So the condensation is the change of the physical state of matter from gas phase into liquid phase. गैस से वो क्या होता है, आई मीन लिक्विड फेज से वो क्या हुआ, कंडेंसेशन क्या है, गैस फेज में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. यस. सो एंड इज द रिवर्स ऑफ द इवोपरेशन, एंड द वर्ड मोस्ट ऑफन रेफर टू व्हाट, the water cycle. We already done with water cycle in previous class. I already taught you that water in water, I already taught you that how water cycle works, how the sun evaporate the how sun evaporate the river water or sea water, then how this water convert into the cloud evaporation process, then cloud, then rain, then how this all process happen. So it can also be defined as the change in the state of water vapor, yes, to liquid water when in contact with a liquid or a solid surface or a cloud condensation nuclei within the atmosphere. When the transition happens from the gaseous phase into the solid phase directly. So the changes is called what? Deposition. Yes. What happened when the transition happened from the gaseous phase into the solid phase directly? Then the changes is called what? Deposition. So this one is what? This is called what? Deposition. So I hope you all are clear with this condensation, sedimentation, then evaporation, then I mean then condensation. Yes, then condensation. So now come to the next slide. Yes. So now tell me what you observe in your screen. Yes, what is this? What you see? Yes. Okay. So now what is that? That is a कंडेंसेशन प्रोसेस. ओके, सी दैट लाइक पानी, लाइक आप अगर देखे होंगे कि अगर आपने प्लेट से छाप करके पानी को बॉयल होने के लिए चढ़ाया, तो देन जब आप अपने प्लेट को देखेंगे तो उसमें क्या होता है, बहुत सारा जो वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स है वो जमा हो जाता है. यस. So now see to recapitulation time. So that today we have studied about the process and causes of sedimentation, evaporation and condensation. So sand from water is separated by sand from water is separated by sedimentation. Yes. So yes, students. So second question is the process of conversion of water into its vapor. That is called what? Evaporation. Yes. So that is called what? Evaporation process. Evaporation process में क्या होता है, जो water होता है वो vapor के form में निकलता है, तो that process is called what? Evaporation. So now here is one activity at your home. So try to process of sedimentation in your home and write the observation. Okay, so you write your observation, what you observe, what you see from this activity, then you come tomorrow. So thank you students, we will meet you again.